Since I have so many mini skid steers here today with me, I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you guys some of the differences between the different makes and models. So when you're choosing to get a mini skid steer, there's a lot of choices. Everything from drive speed and engine size and lift capacity, all the normal stuff. But what about the things you don't think about? What about the controls? What about how it feels? What about the step that you're standing on? You know, there's so many different things, like just the step alone. How high is the step off the ground? Does it have springs on it? Does it have rubber cushions? Is it solid mounted? You know, like all those little things go into each one of these machines. Lights, that's another thing. Like these Bobcats, they don't have headlights. The Chinese machines, they have headlights. Do you want 2 headlights? Do you want 1 headlight? Like there's so many options. So while I have the opportunity to show you these 4 machines, we're going to go through these and I'm going to show you some of the key differences between some of these machines. So let me let you know what we have here today. This is a 2024 Bobcat MT100. This is a 2025 Bobcat MT120. This is a 2025 KRT ST900HD. This is made by VMang for KRT. This is my Derette V1000. It also is a 2025 model. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribing is really important to me. I'm just over 50,000 subscribers. I'd really like to hit that 100,000 mark. So here we have a lineup of 4 new machines that are all very, very different. Each one of these comes with a diesel engine. These are all diesel mini skids. They all have different lift capacities. They have different speeds. They have different engines. Now, there are 2 with the same engine. The Bobcat MT100 and the Derette V1000 both have a Kubota D902. The KRT comes with a Kubota D1703. It's a monster. The Bobcat MT120 comes with a Daedong. Yes, it comes with a Daedong engine. I'm going to be an adult here and not make funny jokes. Some of the differences are hydraulic auxiliary connectors. So here we go. This is the Bobcat MT100 and it just has 2. So you can't run the really high flow ones. Now on the MT120, you've got 3. So you can run something like a mulcher or stump grinder, something like that, that needs that return line. And then you have the KRT and you've got 2 sets. And I'm not positive, but I believe one's low and one's high flow, which is pretty crazy, honestly. But on this one also, it has a pressure release. So you pull this and it relieves the pressure so that you can plug your attachments in. And then you move over here to the V1000 and it also has 3. I use that for, I believe, my stump grinder, for the, I believe, the brush cutter, the mulcher. There's a variety of things to use that for. Another thing that you'll notice different about these, the V1000 has a metal plate protecting the lines going into the front cylinder. The KRT also has a plate. The MT120 does not. That is not protected. But what you do have is you do have these kind of steps here like a normal skid steer would have, which kind of protect in a way. And then the MT100 also has that. So I think that's kind of interesting. Now on the back, now I was talking about steps. The steps are all very different. You can see here the Bobcats are about the same height. The KRT is much higher, and then the V1000 is about the same height as the Bobcats. So I can just walk up and step right up on this and it's no big deal. On the KRT, this is really high. I actually have to put a bunch of effort into getting up high. Bobcat, again, super simple. Now on these Bobcats, it has a spring-loaded step, which is pretty nice and works pretty well. That does not lift up, so that is the length of the machine. See, these do not lift up. That's just how they are. On the KRT, you need to shorten your machine for whatever reason. You can just flip that up, and it drastically reduces the amount of space that machine takes. On the V1000, it doesn't drastically reduce the space. It does move, but it's kind of stuck. I never flip it up because it doesn't give you a whole lot of extra. On that KRT, you're standing way out there, but it's also very springy. So the V1000 has rubber, and the rubber I think is mushed and it doesn't do anything. So operator position in the V1000, you've got pads on the sides and pad on the front. It's pretty comfortable and it's not very wide, so a normal person fits in there pretty well. On the KRT, you've got a little pad in the front. There's no padding on the sides, so that's less comfortable. The Bobcat, it's just molded for you. It's very comfortable. You're not going to bang into anything. And that's the way it is on both Bobcats. So just convenience features, phone holder, cup holder on the MT100, 2 cup holders, and a little storage bin on the MT120. This has nothing. There's nothing. There's no storage, there's no cup holder, there's no phone holder. This one here has nothing. You could put a phone holder here. That's about it. No cup holder, no storage, nothing. On the V1000, USB plugs. You also have a 12-volt auxiliary. I use that for the stump grinder. On the KRT, there is no plug, nothing. On the MT120, you do have a 12-volt accessory plug inside there. On the Bobcat MT100, nothing. Gauges, super easy to read on the V1000. They are not flashing in real life. That's my camera making it look like they're flashing. On the KRT, can barely read the gauges. They're tucked down in here. And a horn. The MT120. Gauges are amazing, and they are just right there. Horn? Why do we need a horn? And the MT100, very easy to read, very simple gauges. MT100, there's no lights, you're not working at night. MT120, there's no lights, you're not working at night. The KRT, you want to work at night? You can be blinded, blind your neighbors. On the V1000, you can work at night and also blind your neighbors. Now those two lights are brighter than this, but this is a floodlight. So this gives a wide light all around. Open the hood. It's got lift supports. Back in the back there's a Kubota D902. To get to the dipstick, you have to pull the side cover off with the arms up. No joke. It's way down there. You can't access it. On this KRT, you want to get to the engine, flip this up, grab your prop rod, put your prop rod up. There's your Kubota D1703 back there. Easy to access with a bunch of stuff in the way. On the Bobcat, also very easy to access. You lift it up, it locks into place, and your engine is right there. Your filters are not right there, but the engine, just right there. Easy to access. On the Bobcat MT100, you lift this up. It's got a little prop rod way back in the back here. Super hard to do with one hand. This prop rod goes into this little thing. You've got your Kubota D902 down in there. The filters, they're back there in the back underneath things. You can access it from the rear. Brings me to another point. On this, you can access it from the rear. Just like on this one, the MT120. You can access everything from the rear. On this, the KRT, there's a big radiator and it's all bolted up. You do have access to just a little bit in here. You can get to some hydraulic stuff and some valves and your overflow. On the V1000, it has a screen. If you pull this screen off, there's a radiator. You'd have to unbolt all that to get to it. I don't need to get to it. I've never needed to get to it. But if I did, it would be a pain. So my point in showing you all of this is that every machine is different. Every machine has different options. It's set up for different types of people, different types of uses. Not just these four, but every machine you come across. Some are complex, some are very simple. These are all fairly complex machines because they have diesel engines. And the diesel adds a level of complexity. So something else that you think about, are you going to be trailering your machine around a lot? How are you going to strap it down? Here, you can strap it to the arm. You can go right to the back there, and you can run a strap. You can do the same thing on this Bobcat. On this one, you've got these you can tie down off of, or you can use that on the front. The V1000, same way. It's got this on the front. On the rear, we have these little hooks, and those are easy to get to. On this one, you've got little D-rings hanging down. On the back, MT120, here, you have a lot of options. On this one, you're going to strap right there. I suppose you could strap up here too, or that's where you lift it. Now, something else to think about when you're buying a machine is you're going to need attachments, most likely. Bobcat has proprietary attachments. They are not cheap. So if you're going to get a Bobcat, you're probably going to buy Bobcat attachments or some attachments made specifically for a Bobcat. If you want to buy one of these, they're just, these Chinese machines are just normal standard mini skid attachments, which are like Toro Dingo. There are some differences though. I'm unable to use any attachments I have for my V1000 on this machine. They're slightly different. Not much, but slightly. And this is the easiest hood to shut of all. It's solid too. And these ones are plastic. So, all machines have their own unique quirks, features, and you just have to decide which one's right for you. So stick around on the channel. I'm going to keep going over more and more of these machines all the time, and it might help you if you're shopping for one, or at least be more knowledgeable about all the different options for machines. For some of those of you who are new to the world of mini skid steers, I just wanted to show you that between all the different makes and models, there's a large variety of options and features. Now, for some pricing, let me throw you some pricing out. Bobcat MT100, I see them online for $38,000. Bobcat MT120, you see them online for $45,500. The KRT, you see these online for sale for like $25,000 to $28,000. The V1000, you can get this one at GSA Equipment in Ohio for $16,500. So by far, that is the cheapest. That is the most expensive. They all kind of do the same thing. Honestly, between all these, I think the V1000 lifts the most. I've lifted 2,100 pounds with it. I have not tested the KRT. I don't know what that can lift. I've read that this one's 1,200 pounds. It might be able to do up to 1,500, and this one's rated at 1,000 pounds. So there's so many options and variables with all of these machines. Now that V1000, if you wanted to order that from China, straight from Derette, shipped to me in Oklahoma City, one of those, it's about $12,980 with DDP shipping, all in, but it's going to take 4 to 7 months. If you want one of those right now, GSA Equipment in Ohio, they have them in stock. These KRTs, I'm not positive. This is a rental machine. I went to an equipment rental place and I just rented it yesterday. The Bobcats, go to your local Bobcat dealer. You can grab those things. Bobcats running at 0% for 36 months right now if you want to go that route. But these are probably for commercial. If you don't want to buy one, you can do that too. Also, something I don't have here, the gas motor ones. There's a lot of gas motor options. There's also another option for a diesel that I have at home. I didn't have room on my trailer, the Ripa RS06. And that one, GSA has those in stock. I think they're like $14,000. And it's a Kubota D1105, which is bigger than the MT100 and the V1000, but it doesn't have as many features as some of these other ones. But it does have a big bad motor. So if you're wanting something now and you don't want to spend a ton of money, you can get a pretty serious diesel machine for not a ton of money. It's probably not going to be as refined as some of these other ones you see here, but it still could be a great machine for you. One of these days I'm going to get a bunch of gas machines lined up and we'll talk about some of the difference between the gas motors. From the cheap little auction unit with a Ratto motor at 14 horse, all the way up to like my DRT 450 with a Honda in it. VMang also makes some really cool looking Honda powered machines I'd like to get my hands on. We'll see how those do. I do have a VMang SS1200 coming, and that is a monster, and I believe that machine will run circles around any one of these right here. No joke. Even the $40-some thousand Bobcats. We'll see. We'll see. I don't have it yet, but once we get it, I'm going to put it through its paces. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribing is really important to me. I'm just over 50,000 subscribers. I'd really like to hit that 100,000 mark. By the end of the year would be great. So anyway, thanks again. I appreciate every single one of you and your support. And if you want to see a new video, let me know what you want to see. Let me know what kind of content you want, and I'll see if I can't get that video done for you. We'll see you on the next one. What I'd really like to do is give you guys a tour of a Dodge Viper ACR Extreme race car. How about a SRT10 Ram, Viper Ram, Gen 3 Viper? How about a full-on track-ready, fully caged race car Viper? Yeah, I was allowed to use this shop to film this video. I really appreciate it. All of the cars you see here are race cars. That Civic there is fully caged Lemons race car. This is a Spec Miata race car. And here we've got some mini skids and a few motorcycles. But what's really cool, the gate guy is who allowed me to use the Bobcats today and his property. And so if you're in Oklahoma City, you need fences, you need gates, you need a storm shelter, or want to hang out some parades and see a really cool Hummer cruise through, give these guys a call because they know their stuff.